Moon World.
Say Moon's World.
Moon World.
From the Moo World TV, man, we back at it with another one. Got a special guest today, man. 425 Nate, how you doing?
Good, brother, you know.
Yeah, man.
Blessed to see another day.
Blessed to see another day, man. So, explain to everybody where you from, like
Southeast Arkansas.
Southeast Arkansas?
C-Tick.
C-Tick. Now for
Hamburg.
Hamburg. So my explainer, for everybody watching this video, explain to them where is C-Tick at?
4 miles outside the county line, where we own all that shit.
Yeah.
You know, this family shit. You know, raised on like a, I ain't gonna say no reservoir, but basically like a reservoir.
Yeah. So, well, how did y'all come up with where y'all get the 425 from?
Because, you know, you remember going through Star City? And you going to Pine Bluff before they made the new road? 425 start from there all the way to almost Log Cabin. Maybe before Log Cabin. What, Beekman?
Yeah, Beekman.
What's it turned to, you know?
425.
Yeah, all that 425 run straight through.
Oh, okay.
So, like, you got people from Monticello, they 425 too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Star City, they 425 too.
Yeah.
The section we at, somewhere along the line, you know?
Yeah.
And you know that's it.
So, you know, we had conversations, you know, off the camera. You was telling me y'all moved to Little Rock and y'all stayed in the Bricks and
Brick Jungle.
Brick Jungle. What was the official name of the projects?
Hollywood Projects.
Hollywood Projects. Man, that's a notorious project, man. It's in all, like, you know, we seen the world seen it for, you know, hood to hood DVDs. Explain to me what it was like growing up in the projects.
Different, totally different from where you know what I mean, the countryside of where we from.
Yeah.
You know, you got younger guys, 14, 15, doing grown man things. You know, like, you know what I mean, like it's different.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, Chris Mo said it one time. He said it came down to the country.
Yeah.
You know, they'll fight on weekends, be back cool, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And that's the difference from Little Rock, the Brick Jungle. You know, I don't, Hango too. You know, I got people on Hango. My auntie live on Barber Street.
So for people that don't know, what part of Little Rock is, you know what I'm saying, the Bricks is located, or what they consider
Eastend, over there by the airport.
Eastend.
Airport bought it out.
Airport. So, man, what's some of the wildest stuff you done seen there? Like just growing up, what was one of the wildest moments you done had there?
Well, at the time it was exciting, but you know it wasn't. You know, I was young. You know, I was playing basketball, and I was skipping school. You know, my mama moved up there. She started working for the Gazette, newspaper place. She moved to apartment 49. You know, if anybody know about Eastend, Hollywood Projects, where the concrete slabs at over there by the mailboxes. My mama, her apartment was right there. You know, she went to work from there. You know, for newspaper place, and I was staying. Me and my brother, we and Mick, my brother Mick, we the only two out of all the kids. Like my other sister, 3 sisters, 2 brothers, my mama, all of them up there. You know, my daddy was in a nursing home. So I ended up, you know, as far as like, you know, on the gangbang and stuff, like young, you know. So I ended up going up there just to chill for one, you know. And, you know, it was like what the country people was doing, it was like it's like that. You know, on the blood, on the E, on the blood, on the E, on the blood, on the E, on the blood, on the E. So when I woke up that morning, the first night, that's all I heard. You know, but you know, young, dumb, you know, it is what it is though, you know, but I'm taking a piss in the bathroom, and that's all I hear. I'm like, damn, I'm in Damu heaven. The real shit on the blood, you know?
Yeah.
So, you know, but how shit was from where I'm from, you know, you got your guys or whatever, But that was, so they was totally different. You know what I mean? They was like really about that, you know, like the world know, like you say, you know, the world know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It ain't just, you know, like, it ain't just me knowing, it's just the world knowing. It made, you know, Mother Capital, you know what I mean? I know it's good people there though, you know. Good people, they family, you know what I'm saying? You say, you know, you fuck with my family, they gonna fuck with you, you know? Yeah, you got people that actually live by that.
Yeah.
You know, that's, back then they had Club 25, Club 25, you know. But they showed us love though, like, they, like, for what I seen happen goes on around there, you know, I'm like, what make us so special?
Yeah.
But I did, you know, I had family from Granite Mountain that was living there. My family on 6th Street that was living there. You know, like blood family, you know. But growing up in Little Rock, really, that don't get you so far anywhere, you know. And ain't nobody trying to, that's my cousin, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but they didn't know us. And the stuff, you know, they was doing, they was doing the stuff that you know what I mean, that you reading about or on the news, like you know, that type of stuff, you know. Like it wasn't no, you know, country shit, you know what I'm talking about, you know, the country shit back on, you know, how the gang part of it is. And the youngsters, it was the youngsters. And like, you know, 14, I know a couple of them was 11, you know. And I'm like, dang. It opened my eyes up as far as like, you know, can't play with it. You know what I mean? You know, you can't play with it. People, you know what I mean? Like, you down here doing this and this, these people were dying over this. You know what I'm saying? So that made me realize, like, you know what I mean, just how Arkansas is and how we live in Arkansas and how just from some miles away, it's a totally different atmosphere. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, from Hamburg, you know, you being from Crossett, but you know, across the line, Browster, it's a whole atmosphere. Yeah. They got a whole talk, a whole different type of talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but as far as like, they opened my eyes up early. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but that took me a long ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. It really got me here where I am today. Yeah. You know, like, as far as like throwing rock high in your hands. You know what I mean? Now, you know what I mean? Owning up to what you accepting, what comes with it. You know, that type of stuff. Like, really, what comes with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just saying it, what comes with this shit. You know, like, you see it happen to other people, but when it happens to you or close to you, that's when it hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So me witnesses, like, damn, when they hit, you know, like, you think you're doing something, and then you like, damn, I ain't doing that, you know? Yeah. This is 2004, right before 2000, right at 2005. You know, and I started skipping school. I was started on the basketball team. You know, I was skipping school because I was on that game and shit. You know, and I went up there to drop my system off. I was supposed to, you know what I mean, I was supposed to stay that morning. I ended up, like I said, I was in the bathroom when I was pissing. The window was up. And if you know apartment 49, if you know the Eastend brick jungle, you know the apartment 9, the window up, you can hit it. You're right there in the alley where the concrete slabs at. Yeah. You know, so that's where everybody hang it. You know, they sit there, you know, that's where everybody hang and kick, you know, just chill. And shit, and I'm hearing all that, you know, on the blue, I'm like, you know, watching documentaries about shit in Cali, you know, shit like that, you know what I mean, like you know, but you know, on the E part, you know what I mean, like they was saying on the blood on the E, you know what I mean, I didn't like, you know what I mean, it wasn't always put together then, you know, for me, you know what I mean, but you know, you know, good people though, you know what I mean, like good people.
So,
I worked to Hanger Hill too. To Barber.
So, watching Banging in Little Rock and you having personal living experience living in Little Rock, how accurate would you say Banging in Little Rock, the documentary, is?
Some things, like, you know, believe half what you see, nothing you hear. But some things are just what it is. And some things are just worse. Yeah. And watching it, you know, when we watched it, I was, you know what I mean, that's what, you know what I mean, I'm seeing, like, it's a documentary, you know what I mean, you know, so, but just living there for over time, not just over an hour of a documentary, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just what you call a taste of what they're showing you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I would say, me personally, it's anything but watered down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like that. You know, these places everywhere.
Yeah.
It's like that, and they like that. You know, Little Rock like that.
Yeah.
You know, because people get smarter after playing. If you playing with fire, you're gonna get burnt.
Yeah.
And some people they play with fire. They got burnt, but they ain't get burnt enough until they start seeing motherfuckers ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That type of shit. So that's when niggas start adapting. You know what I'm saying? My mentality was 7th to 8th grade of that. Like, you know, it ain't just woo woo, this, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It ain't just woo woo, this and that, you know, flag. It was all different. You know what I mean? Like,
So, they say Cali don't like outside states representing their neighborhood. Being a person that come up in an environment like Little Rock and all over Arkansas, like what's your opinion on how you feel about that?
it happening everywhere. You got poor people everywhere. You got we was people was poverty to destruction. You know what I'm saying? So, and getting easily influenced. You know? So, you know, Cali, the homeland, for sure, much love. You know, hey, you got people, St. Louis, Little Rock, hear me? Little Rock proved themselves, you know what I mean, twice over. More than them combined, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's happening everywhere, so like, you can't say it's just happening where you at. Yes, you know, homeland, much love. Hey, Kane, we think about moving to Kansas, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, getting too hot, 3-strike rule, hear me?
Yeah.
And most everybody roots from the country. You know what I mean? Shout out to DJ, what treetop nigga? Quick.
DJ Quick.
Yeah, he, you know, they people from down south. Tuka Williams people from down south.
Yeah.
He from Louisiana, you know what I'm saying? And just, you know, so like, when people take some people look at it as a religion, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even if they know better or not, you know? You know, so, yes, it's gonna be like, it ain't gonna be up to right where how it's supposed to be because it's originality, but eventually you can't just, no. You know what I mean? Like, you think these people doing it. Memphis.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We were gonna lose out, they weren't even doing it. Third war, you know what I mean? They was about that. They was really about that, like really about that. They won game banging. You know? We, 15 miles to the Louisiana line? And they got a whole different tone. Whoa now. Stafford white tees, three pack, yeah. Three for 20, 3 for 25. I'm talking about real Air Max. Hear me? The old school. That was Monroe. You know, Monroe. That down there, you know what I mean? It's a totally different thing, but it's the same thing going on in Little Rock. You know what I'm saying? But you know, like you got some people, it's everywhere. So they don't really understand what they're getting themselves into. Cause every hero, every real street nigga, the streets still gonna be here when you're gone. That's why it calls the streets. You know what I'm saying? So all that shit just, you know what I mean? Like that's like, it's kind of like bullying. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, like you know what I mean? Like you brainwashing. You know what I mean? From the jump. Why we want to be lawyers and shit like this? Hear me? But we want to go put dope and go do this. Hear me? Go bust a nigga head when you know these niggas got blue on, we got red on. You know? Hey bro, look, we're gonna put up for fun. We're gonna have meetings. We're gonna put up for fun. Hey man, go be a lawyer. He's smart, bro, smart. You know what I'm saying? What do you say? It's a McDonald's, it's a Michael Jordan working at Eastend. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, as a youngin', you know what I mean? Cause I was on the knowledge shit, I was on the knowledge shit like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I mean? Like, you couldn't tell me different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I met good Cali niggas. Shout out nigga Phil, 456, NHP, Parham. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like he was one of the Cali niggas that I can bark with. You know what I'm saying? You know, false. You know what I mean? Like, let's go with your question. I done been locked up with Cali niggas. You know what I'm saying? You got the good ones, but like they think that the ones that's in Arkansas, they from Cali, yeah. You know, my experience in prison, you know what I'm saying, and in the county, you know what I mean? Well, you come checking me on my knowledge, you can't even question me on my knowledge. You talking you third generation, you know what I mean? True story. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Your whole approach wrong. You know what I'm saying? So like, you ain't trying to up me. We in jail. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You don't even know me. You just see the mob on me. You know, like where I'm from. Well, like I was saying, where I'm from, small, family, C-Tick, 425, Shaw Ingram Trail. You can get killed for red and blue, but you also can get killed for fucking with just family. And that's a quick way to get killed, you know? So like, we was a family, you know what I'm saying? Before we was gangs, you know what I'm saying? Or before we was rapping stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, we split. We were like, hey, Zay, go over man to get the peanut butter. Hey, you go over to TT house and get the bread. Hey, I'm gonna go over here and get the jelly. You know? And these people I love. You know what I mean? That's what we were doing growing up. I don't understand how motherfuckers grow up. I understand it, I see it. And you know, it happens everywhere. But how can you like envy one of your niggas? Cause most of you, everybody know you get killed. Boosie said we used to ride together. You know what I'm saying? You know? And they got killed by a nigga, you know, he said we used to all ride together. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all gonna die in threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, as far as that, like, we had that in us. You know what I mean? We weren't like that. Like, as far as doing that, on that, we was deer hunting. You know what I'm saying? My big brother and them were from Hanger. My uncle and them was from Hanger. You know what I'm saying? You know, rest in peace, Big Mike. Rest in peace, Sean. You know what I mean? You know, they was up there in the early 90s. You know what I'm saying? So as a youngster, that's all I knew. You know, but my brother, my big brother, you know, he died in Cummings. Hot rod. If you from Hanger, you know, and you're older, you know what I mean? You know hot rod. You know what I'm saying? You know Mike, Sean. You know what I'm saying? You know, Roy. You know, shit, what's his name? Fred, Big Fred. You know, Lance Harris. You know what I mean? That's who I used to run with. Bud, is my relative. Lucas, you know what I mean? White boy, you know what I mean? The only white boy I know on Hanger, you know what I'm saying? Long hair. People live I know, but like we moved up there, mama got a job as far as like that. And what I witnessed, you know what I mean, it is probably worse than Cali, and it's proven 2 years back to back worse than Cali and Little Rock. So, you know, like I said, Cremo said it best. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you bring something down and you brand it and your brand pop off on the right thing and you push it the right way, you know, he changed all that. What do you say? They'll fight on weekends Hear me? We be cool on weekdays. You know? Next thing you know, niggas getting killed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you getting knocked off. You know? And you see how that changed now. Hear me? You got the YNs, they call it what, the YNs?
That's what they call them these days.
Yeah,
YNs.
but one thing about the YN, you know what about them? You got Crips, folks, Vice Lords, all of them in one group. Ain't about that. But they just is fucking lost, you know?
Yeah. So what you trying to say?
Bones said it better. We are bastards of a party.
So is you trying to say it's more or less structure outside of California? What you saying it or?
No, I'm talking about how they know about the street strike rule. Y'all gotta get on out. You know what I'm saying? Or the judge finna give y'all life. Hear me? That's Cali shit. These niggas, my nigga from Fayetteville, he been out here since the early 90s. From Pueblos, non-Deuce Pueblo. Hear me? You know why he down here? Cause the judge say you got any family outside this state. If you don't, I'm finna give you, you know what I mean?
That's that 3-strike law, ain't it?
You know what I'm saying? So, you got motherfuckers pushing it, you got people misguiding. But let's talk about misguiding. You know what I'm saying? It was always renegade. It was always renegade. You know what I mean? You know, the history and how it is and stuff like, I don't see how a motherfucker can know the truth, but you know what I'm saying? And the truth, when I'm talking about the truth, you know the lies. You know what I'm saying? But the lies is the truth. So when you know the history of it, you know what I mean? That's just a small thing about it. Man, what can I do to uplift you? You know what I'm saying? Why we beefing? Why we gotta get a flag? We the same color. Hear me? Where it started from? Slouses, gladiators, spook on us. You know what I'm saying? Businessmen, all that shit, you know what I mean? That shit just, you know what I mean? That's why the Black Panther Party, that's why we are bastards of this type of shit. Bone nigga, the nigga from After Park, he can't say it no better. It's just watered down, TJ. So, you know, if you're in a circle with 10 niggas and I whisper one thing in the ear, it go back around, I promise you it ain't gonna be the same thing. It just goes on with the shit. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. And it's like a fire. The fire start off small, then get big.
Yeah.
So like, you know, like I heard niggas say, you know, that I know, you know what I mean, Cali niggas like, you know, but I know they get Little Rock their flowers. But it ain't just Little Rock, you know what I'm saying? I lived in Little Rock, you know what I'm saying? Some of my people, I'm not from Rock, you know what I'm saying? But they were good people, hear me?
Yeah.
And I know the right people from the bricks, you know what I mean? You know, they're cool people, you know what I mean? But hey, other people, you know what I mean? You know, from bloodshed, you know what I mean? You know how they go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But you know, man, we in this, man, it's the most dangerous hood. My mama got a big factory. I'm talking about door open, they ain't, I'm talking about Jerubi, Rule, Big 6 Deuce, Woo, yeah, you know me. Hell, I done got bigger on.